My sisters and brothers, I greet you all with the love and peace of the Lord. I invite you to meditate together with me on the holy word of God of fourth ordinary Sunday, 31st January 2021. The focus of our reflection: when God's power fills a person, he speaks and acts with an authority which no human authority can give, because it is a power that is from above and beyond the merely human. Jesus preaches the gospel and does miracles. Perhaps there may be some others also who preach and perform miracles. But the difference of Jesus is his tone of authority, unlike the Pharisees and scribes. People are easily struck by this difference. But what is this authority? Where does it come from? Jesus had no office or position, and thus no official or juridical power and authority. But he had a tremendous spiritual authority and moral authority. It is an authority that is rooted in his communion with the Father. In the words of the first reading from Deuteronomy, it is the authority that comes from those words which are directly put in his mouth by God himself. And in tune with the second reading from the first Corinthians, it is the authority that comes from being free from anxieties. It is the authority that comes from being anxious about the affairs of the Lord, about how to please the Lord. It is the authority that springs from an undivided devotion to the Lord. This is the profound spiritual authority rooted in God. It is also an authority that testifies itself in a sound character and moral conduct. It is this authority that gives his teaching conviction and clarity, and gives his acting the power of healing. It is the power of God that is seen in holiness and goodness, in spirituality and integrity, in faith and charity, and in devotion and dedication. It is the power that challenges and expels the evil powers. It is the power that directly appeals to the heart, stirs up the interior, and transforms a person. It is the real integral authority that embraces in one stretch both God and humanity. Precisely, it is this power and authority that the Jewish authorities, the Pharisees and scribes, were lacking. But it was abounding in Jesus. Hence the difference. It is this spiritual and moral authority which is badly needed today from every follower of Christ. Sadly, often power and authority corrupt persons, make them arrogant and lording over others, and become doorsteps for unhealthy and unholy power politics. Authority is used as a tool to woo or intimidate others, and also as a bait and magic rod to establish and propagate oneself rather than God and His reign. But a follower of Christ should be a deeply spiritual and moral person. All the more, those in authority must make sure that their role is not a power wielding tool but a grace building channel. And now, the direction and the directive for our life. Spiritual and moral authority are much more important than mere juridical authority. A person who clings to and exercises only the legal authority but devoid of the spiritual and moral authority of faith and integrity of life will be nothing but shallow and very little effective.